Guys, I'm Master RKO, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video back in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I know it's been a while since I've been back, but we finally got moved, the internet's installed, everything's ready, so we are finally back and ready to go. So I spent my time when I wasn't packing and unloading things watching ESL1 Cologne. I watched the professional major. Watched the U.S. team almost get a win, but we all kind of knew what was going to happen there. But there were a couple of matches on Cash that I noticed a couple things that in silver games and gold games, stuff like that, these things really need covered. And it's just a couple things on this map that, especially on the A site, that could definitely improve my game that I noticed. And since it's going to improve my game, I wanted to share it with you guys. So basically what it is taking A site when you are a terrorist. So I got everything set up here to go ahead, take everything and be ready. So let's go ahead and see what we can do now. The first problem everyone has when they're playing Cash A site on terrorist side is actually getting into the site. Now, most of the enemies are going to have, there a lot of positions. They're going to be the guys playing on the barrels, who's also going to be kind of playing mid, so you got to watch for that guy. You may even have a guy perched up here that can rotate. He may be playing even farther back. Of course, you got the guy on the truck that you got to watch. He'll either have an AK or an op, and he's just going to be chilling back here, which actually not what I wanted to do. We will go ahead and show. He'll kind of have this kind of angle, or if he's ballsy, he'll have one of these angles, so he's blocked by this and he's covering anybody who pushes through. So basically you have a couple objectives here, because you also have the guy that's usually playing quad box, who's usually going to have this kind of angle, and he's going to be peeking this side, and he's going to kind of be going back and forth, checking this, and wall banging through there. That is wall bangable. You can shoot through that, just like you can shoot through this. You can blow the door open, which we're going to go ahead and do. I believe you can blow up that door. Did they change that? Alrighty, I guess that's changed, so I guess we're not getting that door. Oh, there we go. Okay, anyways, as you can see, you can kind of shoot through that. I believe it's right here. Unless they just patched that and changed it. Nope, you can shoot through it. So he's going to be checking all of those types of points. So when you're coming through, you really only have a couple spots to come through. You can come through this door right here and kind of, do your little peeks, but you're probably going to get picked off by the op right there. You can come through squeaky, but as soon as the door opens and you come out, they're going to be watching you. That guy's going to pick you off. The guy there might get you. You might have a guy coming up there. You also have to look there, and they might run boost, which you can do if you hop up here. And then you can do this, I believe, is an option. You can kind of make it there, or you can run boost on top of that. You'll get two people up here. They'll do the run boost jump and then end up here, so he can kind of, as soon as he hears squeaky, spray you down. So those are your two options. You can kind of count mid as an option, but he's got vents and all around here to deal with, so we'll just be covering the two spots. So of course you have a couple options here. You can either focus on taking off this angle here, and then focusing the opper if you have an opper yourself, and then worrying about these angles, or you can take out this angle and only worry about this guy and sweep around, or you can take out kind of this whole angle here and only worry about these two people, which then you can kind of check off here. Oh, there's no one there, now all I have to do is worry about him, and I can kind of jump out and strafe around and get here. Thankfully, they did put this here So this position isn't as overpowered as it used to be. You used to be able to like see all the way through all of that and wall bang through that, but they put that little pallet there, which is nice. Now, the first couple things you can do, of course, is use flashes to get yourself out. You can use this kind of bar here, do that, and that's going to flash, and that's going to actually land just out here, and it's going to not really hit everybody, but it'll make people turn regardless. If you throw it a bit lower, it's going to land just here, and it's going to flash everybody out here, so you can work your way out and pick those people off. If you want to worry about an even better flash, kind of throw it at a different angle. I usually kind of use this door, throw it out, and that's going to come out and flash everybody in its vicinity, and then all you have to worry about is the opper. Getting it to land right there is the sweet spot, and there's no real way of doing it besides doing like a run throw. And even then, that's going to land right there, so depending on how you throw it, getting it every time is going to be the hard part. So you can either do those kind of flashes, you can do those kind of flashes that'll land right here and kind of do that. You can kind of reverse flash yourself out, which is going to land here, which is going to flash everybody who's looking at it. Might even get that guy. But the main thing that you want to worry about when going after a site is map control. You want control of this site as much as possible, so you don't want to have to worry about many people. This is where your utilities really come in, and why buying utilities can really help you out. So if you have 3 people who's going after A, say you're doing a 3-2 split, maybe you have one person in mid, so he's going to come up from mid and help out. You'll have at least 3 smoke grenades here. Most of the time you'll have 2 people here and 1 in Squeaky, but if you have 3 in here, it works as well. So a couple things you can do is throw smokes over the top. I don't remember exactly what this smoke was. I believe it was that. Where did that land? Oh, that landed up there. So it's something like that, but I think it's higher. And kind of here, and then like jump throw, and I believe that's it. It should land there, and that actually helps out this guy in mid if he's pushing up, because that blocks off that guy, and he can kind of sneak up on here and not worry about it. So basically all that one is come in the corner, look to the corner, move up to where you're kind of in line with that, and then just jump throw. And that's going to come down. Usually it'll bounce off the box, but I mean it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you're blocking off that corner. Another one you can do is if you, in this position, what I like to do is come to this one, so you have 2 people at these, and you can kind of aim for that. This like in the middle jump throw, and it should land right there. And that blocks off him, and you can kind of pre-aim him because he's going to peek, and as soon as he does, just spray him down. And that takes care of him, and then you can even match another one, which this is kind of just a test one. I wanted to see if it would work. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that one kind of works too. And that one, because the other one was kind of deeper, this one helps your guy in Squeaky. Because your guy in Squeaky is also going to kind of be smoked off, but he can kind of pop out and just pre-aim it. And this guy's not going to be able to see him. So if you kind of get it a little bit deeper, kind of aim it like right here. That covers both angles and he can kind of come out. Now you can do this from in here. It's not as safe, but you can just kind of aim, like, come to this corner, aim at the thing, and do like a little running throw, and it'll land there. And then that is perfect for him. So if you want to risk yourself getting picked, maybe someone's in the corner or something, as well as you can do the same flash, kind of aim at the edge of the box here, and that smokes off him. So then you can only focus on this guy. So if you have two people in here, you can have one person here who does that one, and then you have the one person here and those guys are kind of smoked off, and then you can do this. You can kind of peek around, check that, peek him if you want, do your little run through, and come around here. And then if you have this one down instead, that blocks that off, you can come up, peek this guy, and then instead of having to worry about running through the smoke, you can kind of come through here. The only other smoke for this kind of mid little area here is you can kind of line up on this and kind of aim for the middle and just barely run, and that smokes off anyone that's hiding in that corner. It's better as a flash because that's going to flash that guy in the corner and that guy up top, because the main thing is there's going to be someone there and there might be someone like here, and that's going to flash both of those people. So the main thing is dealing with that Opper, because he's going to be peeking that the whole time. So if you can smoke him off, even if he kind of like jumps, because you can throw smokes at him, but he's still going to be holding some kind of an angle like this because he's got the truck and he can even go above it. So the main thing is taking care of that Opper. And the only other place to really play from is here in Squeaky, which, grab my AK again. Coming through Squeaky, you have to deal with that. So the best chance to go through is when you hear the smoke. So you'll hear it and then kind of go. So as soon as you hear, we'll go ahead and close that. So as soon as you hear that, you're out, and then you can kind of pre-aim where you're wanting to go. Same thing if it's on that side, because if it's on this side, he's going to hear this. The guy over here is probably going to hear the smoke. He's going to see that, and he's immediately going to like come over here. I'm going to be kind of like looking this way because he's going to see the smoke come over. We're going to cover the only other place to come from, which is going to be mid. So let's say you clear mid. Let's say you come through here, clear, everything's clear. Maybe you even get a pick or something. Everything's here and you're here. And by this point, I'm assuming you either don't have all of your utilities, or I'm going to assume you like throw smoke there, something to cover your tracks, and maybe you have a flash, maybe an HM grenade or something. So we're going to go ahead and work with just those. If you do have a smoke by some chance, since you're in this spot and it's pretty much cleared, the only thing that you can really do is kind of smoke off, either get it over here. So what I'll kind of do is line up with this cross and then line up with that and then kind of do a running jump smoke. It'll go over the top, bounce off, and land right there, so it'll block up the Opper for everyone else, so they don't have to worry about it. So that guy in mid comes through, oh hey, that's already blocked off, you don't have to worry about blocking him off anymore. You can save a smoke for that guy, save your second smoke for that guy, have your third smoke for that guy, and all of a sudden you got the whole thing cleared. But if you don't have that smoke, you still don't have to use a flash, which you can still kind of do the same thing. Cross up, and I kind of jump throw it. That way it comes up and over the top and lands right there. So he's here like this, and all he's going to see is one flash come over here, and I mean, he can try to turn, but it's not going to happen. So you can kind of throw that one. Sometimes you can get it a little bit better if you run through it, but that happens, so that's why I jump through it. If you aim maybe there. Nope. Let's see, let's aim. There we go. So if you want it to get a little bit lower, and you maybe like want to make sure you hit him, say you want to make sure he doesn't turn away from it, you can kind of throw it lower and it'll come over the top. A couple things, I guess I might as well go over defense since we're here real quick. Just a way to stop the offense if you're doing this. Easiest way to stop the offense ever, if you're here, just aim right at where the corner is, and as soon as you cross the truck, throw a smoke. That is going to delay so much time, even if they can see through it. Even if they come out here and they can still kind of see, because they can't see where everyone else is moving, so they still got a couple things to check. So if they come out here, bang, they're dead from that guy. If you want to get it closer, you can kind of jump through it if you want. So like that. And that actually will smoke off your own guy, so don't do that. But, I mean, smokes and flashes gonna be your friend here. If you can get a smoke or an incendiary right in front of that door, it's gonna help you out because your team's gonna have some cover. You can sneak a guy up into here then and just kind of chill. So when they're pushing out thinking, oh hey, we got it, you can just spray them down as they come out. Because they're gonna come out and be like, oh man, we got this, you know, the operas come out, and so you can have a guy sitting there and a guy sitting there. And then you can also kind of do one of these. So how did I do this last time? It was this and this. That's to smoke off if you're coming from CT and there's a guy sitting up there. If somehow you sneak around and there's a guy jump boosted, just do that. Just like come to this corner, line up with that, and jump throw. Actually, that one might even be better. Yeah, that one's gonna hit, and that's gonna smoke them off. I've seen people get so confused by that. But anyways, enough about me. So we're gonna come here, and then you can usually get it like line up with that crane. And usually what it usually does is it'll bounce off. Try to get it. It'll bounce off there, come down, and then this guy's smoked off. So he can maybe peek here, but if he goes too far, so he's kind of smoked off and he's done. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it. We kind of covered offense, which is what I wanted to do with this video. So if this helped you at all, if you liked this video, leave a like. Leave a comment if there's any other maps or situations that you want me to cover. And as always, I am Master RKO. I am glad to be back, and I will see you guys next time. Adios.